ഗംഗാധരായ നമോ. ചന്ദ്രശേഖരായ നമോ. മൃത്യുഞ്ജയായ നമോ. ഓം നമഃ ശിവായ നമോ. ഹര ഹര ഹരായ നമോ. ഓം നമഃ ശിവായ നമോ. ഹര ഹര ഹരായ നമോ. ജഗദീശ്വരായ നമോ. മൃത്യുഞ്ജയായ നമോ. പാർവതീശ്വരായ നമോ. പരമേശ്വരായ നമോ. പാർവതീശ്വരായ നമോ. പരമേശ്വരായ നമോ. ഓം നമഃ ശിവായ നമോ. ഹര ഹര ഹരായ നമോ. ഓം നമഃ ശിവായ നമോ. ബൃഹദീശ്വരായ നമോ. ചന്ദ്രശേഖരായ നമോ. ഗംഗാധരായ നമോ. शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपादं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमतास्य शिष्यं श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमतास्य पद्मपादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यं तं तोडकं वार्तिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। कलाभ्यां चूडालङ्कृतशशिकलाभ्यां निजतपः फलाभ्यां भक्तेषु प्रकटितफलाभ्यां भवतु मे शिवाभ्यामस्तोकत्रिभुवनशिवाभ्यां कृति पुनः भवाभ्यामानन्द स्फुरदनुभवाभ्यां नतिरियम् अङ्गोलं निजमीदसन्ततिरयस्कान्तोपलं सूचिका सात्वीनैजविपुं लताक्षितिरुहं सिन्धुसरित्वल्लभं प्राप्नोति हयता तथा पशुपतेः पादारविन्दद्वयं चेतो वृत्तिरुपेत्य तिष्ठति सदा सा भक्तिरित्युच्यते नालं वा परमोपकारकमिदं त्वेकं पशूनां पते पश्यन् कुक्षिगतान् चराचरगणान् बाह्यस्थितान् रक्षितुं सर्वामर्त्यपलायनौषधमधिज्वालाकरं भीकरम् निक्षिप्तं करलं गलेन गलितं नोत्कीर्णमेव त्वया स्मृतौ शास्त्रे वैद्ये शकुनविगता शकुनकविता गानपणितौ पुराणे मन्त्रे वा स्तुतिनटनहास्येष्वचतुरः कथं राज्ञां प्रीतिर्भवति मयि कोऽहं पशुपते पशुं मां सर्वज्ञ प्रथितकृपया पालय विभो मार्गावर्तितपादुका पशुपतेरङ्गस्य कूर्चायते गण्डूषाम्बुनिषेचनं पुररिपोः दिव्याभिषेकायते किञ्चित् भक्षितमांसशेषकवलं नव्योपहारायते भक्तिः किं न करोत्यहो वनचरो भक्तावतंसायते जलति मदनदक्षो नैव पातालवेदी न च वनमृगयायां नैव लुब्धप्रवीणः अशनकुसुमपूषा वस्त्रमुख्यां सपर्यां कथय कथमहं ते कल्पयामीन्द्रमूले। So many beautiful verses. Even the language itself is so not only complex but so appropriate. That's the beauty of Sanskrit language. Now in the next verse, should I be a human being to worship God? Is it that I have to be a brahmachari or a sannyasin? Should I? It is said that not necessary. You can be anybody. So here in the next verse he says, Naratvam Devatvam Nagavana Mrigatvam Ashakata Pashutvam Kidatvam Bhavatu Vihagatva Dijananam Sada Tvatpadamcha Smarana Paramananda Lahari Vihara Saktam Che Hridayamiha Kim Tena Vapusha Naratvam Devatvam Nagavana Mrigatvam Ashakata Pashutvam Kitatvam Bhavadu Vihagatva Dijananam Sada Tvatpadamcha Smarana Paramananda Lahari Vihara Saktam Che Hridayamiha Kim Tena Vapusha. Hridayam asti chet Bhagavat Sharanam. If the heart is at the feet of the Lord, how does it matter what form you are? Interesting thing is, when you are in the state of dream, do you know what form you are? When we leave this physical body, meaning in the time of sleep, when we no more identified with this physical body, the soul, which we are really, doesn't have any identity. It does not behave like human, behave like a man or a woman. None of those things matter. So in the state of a dream, who are you? Man or woman? Human or otherwise? None of those matter. Many times people ask this question, Swamiji, is it not the human population is increasing nowadays? It appears to be. Human population is, especially in India and China. So, why this human population is so much increasing? The answer to that is because of deforestation. All the animals who are supposed to be animals, now it has come as your children, grandchildren. Because they have no place to go. That's why when they play the games also, you see like Rakshasas only. It's like tigers and lions. So human body, if they don't get what they mean, if they don't get any other physical body, then what will happen? They will have to come in some form which is available and behave like not human. So here he says, Naratvam Devatvam. Whether I am a Nara or Deva, a godly form, Naga Vana Mrigatvam Mashakata. Even in the form of Naga. That means Nagachati. Tree. Even it can be a tree. Vana Mrigatvam. Or it can be a wild animal. Pashutvam. Or any other domestic animal also. Mashakata, even is a mosquito. You know, you don't take this very lightly, yes, mosquitoes. They can make your life a hell. Even one fellow got into that mosquito net inside. Finished, your entire night's sleep is gone. You may be 6 footer, but that can be 2 inches. or even less. It's very powerful. So all of them have a place in this universe. Bhagavan did not create a single living being without a purpose. Everything has a purpose. Even the small fact, if you take a cup of water and look under the microscope, you will know how many jantus are inside this water. You will not drink it. So many of them are already present. And they are doing a lot of things. Without them, idli cannot be done. Dosha won't be done. All these are done by those bacteria which are present. They are doing their job. They don't eat idli, dosha, but you eat. Made by them. So in this creation, Bhagavan had very intelligently and made sure that everything has a purpose and everything helping the entire creation to be what it is. What you think that you don't need, other living beings take it. And the entire cycle is constant recycling going on and on and on and on. What we reject, somebody, it is very important. And what they reject, we take it. This is not true. If the trees have to take their own fruits, then what will happen to you? Do the trees experience or enjoy their own fruits? Do they? If they decided, these human beings, not worth it. Let us start taking our own fruits. So from the trees we should know how to do karma palatya. Do the best, give the best to the world, not take any credit for it. So all living beings, that's why Gurudev used to say, imitate the nature, you will know what is sacrifice. Entire creation, is it not that said in Bhagavad Gita? That Bhagavan has created, when the Prajapati created, he created with the concept of yajna. During the creation. The creation is expressing the nature of sacrifice. So, the creation of whatever be the form, naratvam, devatvam, nagavana mrigatvam, mashakata, pashutvam, kitatvam. Kita means insect. I'm wearing silk saree. Where does silk saree come from? From the saliva from the excretion of the silkworm. Isn't it? You wear it nice. It's a saliva of excretion of the kita, insect. Whether it is kitatvam bhavatu, vihagatva adi jananam, or even if I am a bird, viham, vihe gacchati iti vihagaha. That which is moving around in sky. So vihagatvam adi jananam sada, if even as I become any one of this, sada tvatpadabja smarana paramananda lahari. See, what is the purpose of the Jatayu there? Think about it. Even that bird, which has nothing to do with Rama or Sita, he doesn't even know who it is. But it sacrificed itself. It sacrificed the life of itself to protect a lamenting lady who's been forcefully taken away by the Rakshasa. What is the role of that bird? Very important, because without that they would not know which direction he went. Even at the dying time, that Jatayu said, I'm sorry I was not able to protect your wife. But I'll tell you, went in this direction. So that had a purpose. Monkeys had a purpose. Everyone here has our Swami Tejumati when he was giving lectures on Ramayana Saundarya. This was the Mahasamadhi camp in 2010 in LA. It was such a moving, beautiful set of words, lectures he gave. He said that in the story of Ramayana, every character has a role to play, and every instance there is a turn in the story. Every character had brought some essence to that story, as well as the instances that happened had moved the story in different directions. In the same way, in this world, all living beings are necessary, but they have to be in their own place. They have to not to displace them. They need to have their own place and they do their work. Naratvam devatvam nagavanamrugatvam pashakata pashutvam kidatvam bhavadapikatvam adijananam sada tvatpadabhya smarama paramanandarati. What is most important is, can I remember the Lord even in that form? We human beings think that we only can have devotion to God. No? But all living beings are capable, qualified. For intellectual appreciation or intellectual deliberation, human mind is important. But emotion? Don't you think that other living beings don't have emotions? Including the plants? It is said that when plants, when you have in your backyard or wherever, they, you go and sing to them. If you go and sing, they will die. Because they cannot tolerate your singing. On the other hand, you put a nice music, they will grow. But they also like music. They want to be tender, they want to be loved. L-O-V-E-D, not loud. So all living beings respond to the emotion of love. So as far as the love for God is concerned, all are qualified. Only human beings claim or we can deliberate upon by logic, by rationality, all right. But ultimately, what Bhagavan wants is your heart with me. Tvatpadabhya smarana paramananda lahari vihara asaktam chet. If it is continuously engaged in that vihara, in that play of, that's why bhala vihara. Vihara means a field of activity. And the activity in the field of Paramananda Lahari, Tvatpada Smarama Paramananda Lahari Vihara, Asaktam, attached, engaged, Chet, what? Hridayam Iha. Your heart, if it is thus connected to the Lord, your heart is available for Bhagavan, then Kim Tena Vapusha. What is that to do with the form? Which form? How does it matter? If your heart is there, does the form matter? Did it matter Kannappa Nayanar whether he is educated or uneducated? Shabari, what was her education? You know the story of Shabari, right? Where she was just a unlettered woman, and she says that I am a tribal woman who had no education. And when she was living in that village, wherever it was, in that bank of the river Pampa, it's called, not Pampa, Pampa. So when she was living there, and one Mahatma, he happened to have his ashrama built there. And all the students were learning, and she had no idea about what is being taught, what is being done, nothing. But she found that the ashram had a very serene atmosphere, and the students were busy learning, doing seva to the Guru, etc. So she said, let me do also some seva, or a good work that is going on. So she will wake up early in the morning, 4:30, when it is still dark. She will clean the entire ashram with her broom, slowly, without making much noise, making sure all the leaves are removed, everything is, all the debris are very needed, everything is made clean. So morning when the Rishi would get up and then, some of my students are really, really good, huh? They know how to keep place clean. They are really disciplined. He was very happy and proud about his disciples. And one day in the class he was saying, I am so happy that you are doing the seva, not only during the day but also early morning you people get up and make place clean. They all looked at each other. None of them seemed to have. So who was doing that? They were honest. None of us. None of you. How is that possible? Who else? So one day he woke up early and then he started to find out who is doing. This girl, this lady, at that time she was a young girl, quietly came without making any sound, removing all the leaves, cleaning the entire place. He was watching there for a few days and then one day he stopped her. Why are you doing this? He said, you are doing a noble work. I don't know what is going on. You are teaching them and they seem to be learning. But my role here is to do some seva. I'm just doing it. I'm sorry that I disturbed you. No, you didn't disturb me. But in fact, your seva helps us to do what our work is. I thought one of the students only doing it. So, and she continued to bring some fruits and keep it there for the students to enjoy and all that. She was part of the ashrama. And that was going on. And finally, when the Rishi decided to wrap up and then move to another place, he said, all my disciples have now graduated, now I am moving about. So, I have to wind up my activity here. She was so disheartened and happy. You're leaving? I have to leave. So what do we do now? My whole anchor is gone, and that's what I'm doing throughout my life. So for so many years I've been doing, now what will I do? You just continue to maintain this place. As though we are living here, but you are not here. He said, you are not doing it for me, you are doing it for Bhagavan. So take the name of Sri Rama and continue to do whatever you are doing. So she said, who is the Sri Rama? I don't know who that is. And there she said, don't worry. Chant the name of Sri Rama and continue to do. Ram is none other than the avatar of Bhagavan Vishnu, has taken the human form, and one day you will see him and you will know it. So when the Guru's ajna, she has taken, yes, I will do that. And he left. Every day she was cleaning the place, clean and beautiful, decorated with flowers, etc., chanting the name of Sri Rama and continued. Not 1 or 2 days. 60 years. Think, we cannot do one job continuously for 1 week without any expectation. My Guru has said it. I lived 60 years of our life. Went on and on and on and on. That is the implicit innocent faith. I'm telling you, that's what we lack. What an amount of faith. It is called true Shraddha. And she did not know what Rama is, who Rama is, nothing. And when in search of Sita, when Ram and Lakshman were moving about, being directed by Jatayu, right? Jatayu only said that, oh, go in this direction. As they were going, suddenly Sri Rama said, I do not know what it is, my legs are not, feet are not moving in this one direction. It is taking me to some other area, I do not know where I am being dragged, as though like if an iron piece is dragged, pulled by a magnet, something is happening here. So he went in that direction and he found a beautiful serene ashram. There must be some intelligent person living here, because everything is in place. Unlike your teenager's room, you will not think it's an intelligent person living there. Like if you go to a den of a lion, will it be, all the meat in stacked up in one place, and blood in another bottle and things, bones stacked up? No. That is called a teenager's room. Once I was in somebody's house, teenager's room, outside is written, enter at your own risk. On the board, on the door itself is written, enter at your own risk. If anything is missing, I'll beat you. I didn't even enter into that. That is called teenager's room. One mother was so unhappy with her son who is putting everything everywhere. Shoes here, the clothes here, and this, the socks there, this there, and all that. So she got, because every day she would pick up and put everything in place. So she put a note there. For every item I pick up from the floor, I will charge you 50 cents. She thought that at least this fellow will become careful. Next day when she went into the room, there were $2 note. Thanks, Mom. Continue. That is a teenager's room. But here, everything is so clean and neat, and he was looking at it. How could it be? And he found a frail old lady sitting there with a bowl full of the berries. Very, very old she was. And when she looked at Rama, she just got up, left the bag, the berries there, and ran to him. Rama, you have come. How many years have I been waiting? 60 years. I lost count also. Finally you have come. Finally I see what my Guru said is true. So Rama was quite surprised. And she gave that fruit, which after she tasted and gave it. Lakshmana said, I don't know. so Rama took it. Well, very beautiful and very tasty berries he had. And so moved by the love and devotion of that innocent, he sat down. He had a doubt. I can ask you a question, she asked. She said, yes. You have never seen me. I have never seen you. How is that you addressed me as Ram? How do you know? I am Ram. And what she said was, anybody who came to my doorstep was Ram. The way I treated you today is the way I treated everyone who came. And today, it happened to you. See, what was her education? Nothing, just love for Guru. Isn't it? What Guru had said is Mahavakya. That alone is sufficient for me. And it alone is sufficient for all of us too, but we don't believe. Arjun, did he have any guru? What did he believe in? Words of Krishna. Until, see, he did not even know Bhagavan it was. It was just Krishna, that's all. What did he say finally? Nashto moha smrtilata karishya vachanam. So, even that unlettered woman, tribal woman who thought that she was good for nothing, Bhagavan came to her and gave darshan. Because Guru said so. See that? That's why it is said, in the case of a devotee, yata bhavaha tata deva. Bhagavan take the form which you like it. According to the wish of the devotee, so will be the form of the Lord. Not one form, other than that there is no other form. This kind of foolishness is a narrow-minded approach. That is not the way Sanatana Dharma is. Bhagavan can take any form, whichever form you want. So, if Bhagavan takes whichever form, you can also worship Him in whichever form. You can worship Him in whichever form you are also. That's why Naratvam Devatvam Vana Nagamratvam Mashakata. Whichever form you are, doesn't matter. What is most important is if you are Hrit Padmam, you are lotus heart, Iha. Iha means in this very place, in this very world itself. If Tvat Padam cha Smarana Paramananda Lahari Vihara Asaktam Chet, if it is attached to that remembrance of the supremely blissful waves of bliss in your own heart, Kim Tena Bhavasha. What does it matter which form you have? That is why in Hinduism, everything is worshipped as Bhagavan, is it not? All the rivers are Bhagavan. Rivers are also worshipped. Stone is worshipped. Trees are worshipped. Leaves are worshipped. Flower is worshipped. Cloud is worshipped. Sun is worshipped. Air is worshipped. Fire is worshipped. Moon is worshipped. Stars are worshipped. It is not that we worship the star or the tree or the plant or an animal. We worship God in every form. He can be in any form. It doesn't matter. So that is why the entire creation is Bhagavan only. Matta paradaram na anyat kinchidasti dhananjaya Mayi sarvavidam protam sutre manigana iva. Other than that there is nothing. Then, what is this creation? Everything is me. Everything that you come and see and hear and taste and smell and touch, it's of me only. So here, further he says in the next verse, Vaturuvagehi va Yatira pitati va taditaro Naro vayah kaschit Bhavadu bhavakim tena bhavati Yadiyam hrit padmam Yadi bhavadadinam pashupate Tadiyastvam shambho Bhavasi bhavabharam cha vahasi Vaturvagehi va yadirapi jati va kaditaro Naro vaya kaschit bhavatu bhavakim tena bhavati yadi yam vritpadmam yadi bhavadadinam pashupati tadiyastvam shambho bhavasi bhavaparam chavasi. Hey Bhava, O the Lord of all changes, Bhavaparam Vahasi. You, the one, carry all the burden of this creation. Bhavabharam Vahasitvam. So we all think that we are most important in this world. We are the general manager of this world. Many people think that without me, Swamiji, things won't work. I have to be there. Such people, they can never be able to express content. They always feel restless. Gurudev used to give that, joke, not joke, it's an illustration. So one man, a rich man had a shop, a textile shop, and he had 4 boys, Rama, Krishna, Govinda, Raghava. So all of them were busy, all of them were involved in that same business only. He had a large textile shop and all of them. And because he heard in the Bhagavata Purana when he was young that keep the name of the Lord for the children, so that at least through them you will remember. Nowadays they keep the names, Tommy, Nami, what is it, the dog's name only they keep. He kept the name, that is nice. What are the names? Krishna, Rama, Govinda, and Raghava. So, anyway, he was very fond of his shop also. So attached to the shop. So, in the last moment of his life, he was on the deathbed. Krishna, actually he did not call Bhagavan Krishna, he is Krishna, his son. So the first son is dead and here. Rama, second fellow king. Govinda, third fellow also king. Raghava, fourth fellow also king. All the 4 of you are here. Who is in the shop? He died. So at that time you gave the name for your children, remember Bhagavan. But he was so worried about his work on his shop. What use in giving the name then? Because we think that we are the people who are responsible for whatever is happening in this world, and if I am not there, even if I am 83, I do not want to stop running for presidency. I am important. Right? Give your place for some young people to come in. No? And interestingly, what you will find is, you may think that you are the most important, but take a back seat and you will find things are far better when you are not there. You will be surprised to know that things are going better than what you were before. Some people cannot tolerate that also. How can it go on correct when I am not there? In one village, a small village, there were 2 doctors, brothers. So they were taking care of the health of the people there. And it so happened once there was a marriage in the family, they had to go to the another village. So they went, both the brothers, and then they came back and the people were carrying a body of somebody to the funeral. 2 days, they were not there. So they looked at each other. When we were not here, who did this? Anyway, you didn't like the humor of this, I don't know. We were authority in killing people. Who did this one? When we were absent. Vaidyanada namastubhyam, Vaidyaraja namastubhyam. You know that Sanskrit verse? Oh, doctor, my salutations to you. Yamaraja Sahodara. You are the brother of Yamaraj. Yamam Tuharati Prana. Yama only takes away life. Tom to Prana Dana Nicha. You take my life as well as the money. At least Yamaraj will take only life. You take both. So anyway, we think that we are the most important. You are the one who takes care of the entire creation. Bhava bharam vahasitvam. Bhagavan also said, I take care of the Yogakshema. But we don't believe in that. Interesting thing is, you might have noticed your child, let's say 2-year-old, 1-year-old child, is running around here and there. You pick him up, pick her up in your hand and take him here, go out. Right? That fellow is on your shoulders, you take him. The same child, when it is sleeping, it will weigh more. Have you noticed it? If you not go home, then try that. Seriously. When the child is awake, it will weigh less than you carry. When the child is asleep, the same child will weigh more. Now tell me where the weight came from. In other words, when we are awake, the consciousness in us is the one which carries the weight of your body. When you are not asleep, when you are not awake, the same consciousness withdrawn from the body, way more. They have done the experimentation also in that. So we all think that we are taking care of this. As I said in the first study itself, which one you are taking care of in this body? Are you pulling the hair for the hair to grow? Not in my case, but everything that is happening in your body is not your responsibility. Is it that you are doing? Thank God you are not doing. Happening. So, Baba Bharam Vahasi, you are taking care of the entire creation because you are the creation. Baba Bharam Vahasitvam Tadiyastvam Shambho Bhavasi Baba Bharam Chavahasi. So, what should I be? Even if I am a human being, as you all know, we have 4 stages of life: Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyas. Right? This is the tradition. But now the tradition has changed a little bit. Instead of Vanaprastha, you become Vanaraprastha. Vanaraprastha means like a monkey state. You go from my daughter's house to son's house to the daughter's house. Instead of Vanaprastha, become Vanaraprastha. So this, whether Vaturva, Gehiva, whether I am a brahmachari studying or I am a Gehi, Grihastha, Yati Ravi Jativa, even when I am Yati means one who is ascetic, or Jati means one who is a sannyasin, who is having jata on his head, Tad Itare Itaraha, even if I am not any one of these, Tad Itaraha or any other person, Narova Yakaschit. Whether even I am a human being also, yes, Kaschit Bhavatu. Hey Baba, Kim Tena Bhavati. As I said in the earlier verse, what does it matter? It is not that one alone is qualified to remember the Lord. Anyone, any living being. Yadi iyam hrid padmam. If the lotus of your heart, yadi bhavadatinam vashupate, if it is completely resorted to you, atta bhavadadinam, totally taking shelter at your feet, tadiyatvam, to that person, to that one, whoever it be, you become for that person. Tadiyatu. You don't hesitate. You will completely surrender to that person. As Bhagavan also in many places, Bhagavan Krishna says, if you come closer to me, I will come more faster, much faster I will come closer to you. Even though he said, Samoham Sarvabhuteshu, but he says, Jnani tu, for Jnani I am much closer. Jnani to Atma eva vimata. Priyogi Jnanino atyartam aham satyamama priya. Why? It is simple. See, if on a winter day, winter night, let us say, and you can relate better because if I say the winter in LA, what winter? It's the same thing every day. Here you have minus, right? What it goes to? What? 20? Huh? Minus? I don't want to be here anyway. So when it is a very cold day, cold night, and you have in the fireplace, you start the fire and you sit 100 feet away. And what happens? This fire, it never gives heat. It's useless. Would you blame that fire for not giving you heat when you are 100 feet away sitting there? Huh? As you go closer, is it not that the same fire which was not giving you heat, in the warmth you will enjoy? In the same way, Bhagavan is there in everybody's heart, but when we don't think, should we blame you? When we are not directing our mind to Him, that's what Bhagavan says, if you come closer to me, I will be more closer than what you think. But if you stay far away from me, what can I do? That's why in Upanishad it is said, Tad dure. Immediately, Tatu antike. It looks like contradiction. And Upanishad words are like that. Tad ejati, it moves. Tad na ejati, doesn't move. Tad dure, it's too far. Tatu antike. Tad antarasya sarvasya. It is in everyone's inside. Tad sarvasya se bhajyatana is outside. In relative, you have to understand what it means. If you go closer, it is the most close. If you so far away, it is far away. So to whom he is close? Hritpadmam yadi bhavadadinam pashupate. If the lotus of your heart is available to him, then tadiyastvam shambho bhavasi. You tvam bhavasi, what do you become? You become fully available to them. It is said that when Gajendra, the Gajendra, the king among the elephants, when he was playing around in the water pond, and it was along with his friends and family, it was all sitting. At that point, a crocodile came slowly under the water, caught hold of it, started to pull. See, in the land, the elephant can be strong, but in the water, the crocodile, his whole body is only mouth. He catches you. You cannot escape. It caught hold of the feet of the Gajendra and started to pull him inside. And you cannot do anything at that point. So he called out for all his friends and families, etc. Nobody wants to come anywhere. All gave up. Cried and cried and cried. Nobody could do anything. So finally, with this trunk, he took this small little lotus flower that was there growing in the pond, raised itself and said, Narayana, please, O Paramatman, save me. It is a SOS call. 911. Interesting nowadays. I have this watch, right? This watch is connected to the phone. when I was just about to come here, that last week, I was looking for my shoes. It was somewhere in the shoe rack, somewhere stuck. So I was wearing this watch all right. And the person who was to take me was ready to go. So he was saying, Swamiji, you want my help? No, I said, I don't need help, but I'm stuck here. It is stuck. I mean, that's all I said. He called 911. Because I was shaking also. I'm trying to take out the shoe. And I said, I'm stuck. Sir, are you in trouble? What is your problem? I cannot say, shoe is stuck, but get it. No, nothing wrong. I'm fine. That is, so you have to be very careful when you know what you call it. So he did an SOS call. Bhagavan, what do I do? Please save me. Immediately, Narayana, he said, he got on to his, Garuda Airlines. Got into Garuda and started coming straight to the point. As soon as he reached, it is said, it's an interesting anecdote. I mean, it is said by Mahatma, so it's not there in Bhagavatam anyway, but the way they put it across to increase our devotion to the Lord. So it is said that as soon as he reached the point where Gajendra was in trouble, and he took his, Sudarshana Chakra, decided to cut that crocodile into pieces, but he escaped. So Garuda, what? All the way you came, and what are you now looking at? Get out, get him out. Cut it into pieces. No, I am not ready to do it right now. Why? You know why? Because the crocodile is holding on to the feet of my devotee. How can I cut him? This is not a time for any emotion. Cut him. He no doubt cut him, but he gave him moksha. That is called Gajendra moksha, means including the crocodile got a moksha. Why? Because of the very fact that he was holding on to the feet of my devotee. So it is said that even the devotee's feet you hold on, Bhagavan will take care of. What did Akav directly go to him? Hrid Padmam Yadi Bhavadadinam Pashupate Tvatiyastvam Shambho Bhavasi Bhavaparam Javasi. See, in our life, we should take this one single step. It will become a leap. Whatever you are worried about, which you can't do anything about, just give it Bhagavan to take care. I'm telling you, you try this, and if it works, you will never do anything other than that anymore. But it requires you to totally surrender your ego, your concern. What is after all worry? Worry is nothing but directionless thinking. What you can't do anything, but you keep thinking about it again and again and again. If he is taking care of every part of your body, its growth, its digestion, every breath, how can he not take care of what concerns you? But we don't have that implicit faith. Once you try and then see that how it works, then you will never doubt it. You will never doubt it. But that first step is important. Once you take that faith the leap of faith it is called, then you see, you will never leave it. Not that you will become, slave to such thought, because nothing. Then therefore nothing I need to do. Even what you are supposed to also, you would buy Bhagavan. No, what you have to do, you should do it. What you cannot do, you will take care. Now, I used to give this example. If you gone to Alaska and such other cold places, you will find the dogs, the goats and other animals, they have a thick fur right, on their body. For what? To protect themselves from the cold. So even if you take your dog from here and go and live there, it will develop fur. But you don't develop fur. Do you think that human beings who go there also have got a fur on their body? No. Why? Why only Bhagavan so partial? He goes only to the dogs and the goats and to the horses and not to me? Because he gave you akkal. Why don't you take that fur from their body and then make a coat for yourself? That intelligence is given to you. So what you have to do, you have to do. But what you cannot do, leave it. Even now, many things which we are not responsible is doing it already. If only you open your eyes to that point, then you will say, Bhavadadinam Pashupati Tadiyastvam Shambhu Bhavasi Bhavabaram Chavahasi. And it is very important, this Hrit Padmam, the heart lotus. In Sanskrit, the word Hridayam is heart. And the word is formed by Hrit Ayam. Hrit means Satyam. Hrit, Hritakam, Satyam, like that. Hrit is truth. I am this. So this Hridayam is not a physical pumping heart. But what is the core of you? That is called Hridayam. It is like, you say, I went to the heart of the city. Where is the heart there? It's not a physical heart or a pumping heart. It is the very core, very important place in the city, right? In the same way, what is that which makes you you? That is Hridaya. If the physical heart is where Bhagavan is, then all the heart surgeons would have had the vision of God. Open the heart. Look at it. Sitting there. It is not the physical heart, it is the heart which is making who you are. One heart surgeon came to me and said, Swamiji, I am opening my own clinic. I want a message from you. What will you do? I said, okay, I'll give you right now. And even now it is there in Bakersfield, in his clinic. If you don't open your heart with love, we will have to do it. It is love for the Lord that opens up your heart. So here, Hrit Padmam, your lotus of your heart, if it is completely taking surrender to the Lord, He who takes care of the entire creation, will He not take care of you? So now, where should one place the bhakti to the Lord? What is the ideal place where it should lordship? So here it is. Janana Murti Yutanam Sevaya Devatanam Nabhavati Sukaleshah Samshayo Nasti Tatra Ajanim Amrita Rupam Sambhamisham Bhajante Jaiha Paramasaukyam Tehi Dhanya Labante Janana Mriti Yutanam Sevaya Devatanam Nabhavati Sukaleshah Samshayo Nasti Tatra Ajanim Amrita Rupam Sambhamisham Bhajante Yeha Paramasaukyam Tehi Dhanya Labante. seva or doing work for people who are subject to death. Janana, mriti, yutanam. Janana means janma. Mriti means marana. So, janana mriti yutanam, those who are subject to birth and death, sevaya, doing seva to such people, even if they are devatas. Devatanam api. So, devatas means even those who are dwellers of heaven also have a tenure. They are not immortals of the eternal nature. They are relative immortals. Their span of life is more than the span of human. That's all it is. Now, I ask you, how long a dog lives? Maximum. 15 years. 15 years, right? So, from the standpoint of the dog, you are devatas. You will live at least 4 to 5 times more. Huh? 5 births of the dog, you still are there. The same dog comes back again and again. Huh? Then what will you see? You're still there. Then died. You're still there. You are there, five generations of dogs come and gone, but you're still sitting there. One judge was there telling his convict, I'm seeing you so often, almost every other month you come for some conviction order. Won't you ever progress? Huh? In a small town, he sees him again and again and again and again. Then how many convictions? How many times you have committed crime? Every other month you are back to my court. The convict said, you are also. Why did you go to another town, to bigger town? Why are you stuck here? I have to tell you this is very interesting. I told the course also with students. When I was going to university, so I had 2-3 friends who used to smoke. Okay, smoke and drink, whatever they do. And I was totally, I don't, really speaking, I didn't do, no? So don't tell me. I didn't do, but they are otherwise nice people, but I never did that. So after 30 years I met them. So we had lunch together. After that is over, then the two of them, my friends, they looked at me. I said, you guys, when I left you 30 years back also you were doing that. Smoking and drinking. Now also. You never changed. So they looked at me, you also. At that time also you didn't drink, now also you are not drinking. What is big deal? So people don't change that easily. So devatas are also, they are considered immortals from the standpoint of human lifespan. But they are not immortals like that of those who reached the moksha. That's why Bhagavan Krishna also says, Trine Punye Matyalokam Vishanti. Once the punya is over, Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam. That's why the child cries, As soon as it's born, again! I thought I am not coming back. And we all gather around, very good. Bakra aa gaya again. Poor thing that is crying, why am I again here? Ado karma prasanga kalayati kalusham matru bhukshav sthitam mam vin mutra mityamadye kotayati nitaram jataro jataveta. Chantavyo me parada Shiva 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 Shambho Mahadeva Shambho. I made a mistake of not remembering your Lord, so you are bringing me again and again to the same point. Even if you have gained the status of Indra, you can know. You will be brought down. That's why Indra is very careful. Nobody should do 100 Ashwamedha yajnas. When they do it, his position is gone. So, Jananamritiyutanam Devatanam Sevaya Nabhavasi Sukhalesha. Nabhavati Sukhalesha. Even if you are worshipping the Devatas who are apparently immortal, but they are also subject to birth and death only, by doing seva to them, meaning all rituals performed to them also, Nabhavati Sukhalesha. Even a little Sukham also you will get. As I said yesterday, you doing seva to them will only strengthen their position. And out of that, a peanut they will give to you. Take, chalo. That much. They also are afraid of their tenure. They are also holding on to their position. When you are afraid, when you are insecure, when you are attached, will you think that you will have any iota of joy? So that is why it is said that everything can cause so much of uncertainty, fear and sorrow. Kasya sukham na karoti viraga. Sankaracharya says, what can viraga cannot give you? The greatest sukham is let go. Swamiji, you can speak like that, we can't. How will we let go? See, if I am holding on to this, what? Anyway, I want to drink water. So. Let us say this water is water. If I hold on like this for 1 hour, what happens? Nothing happens to the water. But my hand will get tired. It's not that you are adding more water into this cup. But is it not that my hand will become so tired? What's the problem now here? I am unable to let go. When I am unable to let go of this, I get to become tired because of my attachment. And a second thing is, my hand will become useless for anything else. I cannot do anything else. With this hand holding on to this water, can I use this hand for anything else? Two things happen. I am tired, I am useless. In the same way, when the mind gets attached to anything, it's painful and it's useless. Must remember that. Attachment, it looks very nice in the beginning, but it causes so much of insecurity, possessiveness, unable to let go, and then mind becomes useless. So here, Devatas are also holding on to their position. And doing seva to them would not give me even nasti tatra sukha lesha satyam. Bhagavan Sankaracharya is not even an iota of joy is there in that. It's only a mere superimposition of joy you have superimposed upon the object. That is what you are experiencing. Not really it is having any joy of its own. It is like our Gurudev used to give this example of a dog and he found a dry bone lying on the floor and he picks up on its mouth and starts to chew it. And when it starts to chew the dry bone, it has no more meat, nothing in that. It's a dry bone. You have those who have lovers of dog, you don't give that thing. Whatever chewing and what it does. It has taken the dry bone and starts to chew, and because of the sharp edge of that bone, it ulcerates the mouth inside and the blood comes out of it, and this dog, nice blood. Where is it coming from? In its own ulcerated mouth. What it thinks is coming from the bone. This is the case with all of us. Our own inner joy, the bliss, projected upon the objects of the world, we think it's coming from there. Now, if you take a camera, not your own camera, the old time camera where the flashlight is there. So when you go to any object and flash the light and pick the picture in your camera, the camera is capturing only the light. Camera can capture only the light. Right? You have any doubt? Where is the origin of the light? It's a camera only. In the same way, our own consciousness, which is blissful, projected upon the object, we receive it back, and with the unintelligent assumption, we think it is an object that is giving joy. This is not true. This understanding when you have, why should I project it upon the object and receive it? That is a secondary form of a joy only. No, when I am projecting my own blissful self and then receiving it from an object as a reflection, instead of that, if I find the very source itself, then why should I go to the object at all? Matra sparshastu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkata agama payino anityaha. Bhagavan Krishna very clearly says, until you come in contact with the objects, matra sparshaha, by the sense organ coming in contact with the sense or objects, there is an appearance of joys and sorrows. Anitya, which are temporary. You know, it is interesting. I don't know how many of you follow science. At a limited extent only I have read. This year's Nobel Prize, you know who got it? Physics. Anybody? For what subject they got? Do you know? Go back, do the Google and find out. Today's physics says about, the Nobel Prize was given to physics. To what is the research that they did and declared? The world is a local reality. The word is very important. The world is nothing but localized reality. What does it mean? The reality of the world is local, not absolute. And there further investigation and research proved that until your senses comes in contact with the objects, the qualities of the objects are not proven to be there. Think. That's called localized. The qualities of the objects are not inherent in the object until it is touched by the senses. Meaning, it is the senses that coming in touch with the objects comes to experience the qualities of the objects. Until then it is not there. If you want to understand that, you have to think like them, and then only you will understand that. That it is said in our Shastra very clearly. Vishayeshu na sukham asti. In the object there is no real joy at all until your senses come in contact with that. In Gita it is very clearly put there that these objects, when we come in contact with, even that joy, being temporary, it will cause only pain at the end because they are likely to disappear. Until your senses are in contact with the objects only, there is joy. The moment you move that away, it's no more. Yehi samsparshaja bhogaha dukkayonaya evate adyantavantak khaunteya nateshu ramate buddha. Clear, I said. Buddha teshu vishayeshu naramate. Men of wisdom would not get caught up with that. Why? Adhi antavantak kaunteya. Because they are being at an end. What? Yehi samsparshaja bhogaha. Bhogaha, the experiences that are samsparshajaha, meaning born out of contact. Dukkayonaya evate. They are essentially dukkayonis. So, when I come in and when I come to serve those people who are also subject to immortality, what kind of a sukham I get? Na bhavati sukhaleshaha atra na asti samshaya. That there is no doubt at all. That's why I said yesterday also, you get attached to one who is attached, you are not going to get any detachment out of it. Not only you are attached to that person, you are attached to what that person is attached also. So go and surrender to the one who is detached. What you gain is detachment. And in that detachment only there is real joy. Now, you may not believe me, but you will believe me in another 3 hours, not even 2 hours. Is it not true? In 2 hours time, some of you are already there, I know that. What do you do with this world? Detach. Huh? Don't you? Even when you are buying a latest design of the diamond necklace, which you are wearing for the upcoming wedding of your cousin, sister's son, daughter's sons and daughter's neighbors, or whatever it is. You have already bought them and you are wearing it. I will stay unique and stand out in that crowd. And you want to make sure that it is, because next week is the marriage, you don't want to go put it in the bank locker safety. So you take it and put it in a nice, beautiful jewelry box. Cover it carefully. Lock it also. And then put that into another box. Close that, lock that also. Then put it in your safe and lock that also. And take the key and put it under your pillow and go to sleep. Now, once you go to sleep, what happens then? You have a feeling it is under my pillow, but you have slept. In that sleep, in detachment, kasya sukham. That joy cannot be replaced by your diamond necklace. Can you? I can say, 5 days don't sleep, or I'll give you a diamond necklace. You probably may say yes. One man said to his friend, for my wife's birthday this year, I gave her a diamond ring. And she stopped talking to me. Why? And that is the actual deal. Anyway, doesn't matter. So, kasya sukham na karo. Even if you are so much attached to so many things in this world, is it not every day you take sannyas? Yes or no? Nothing matters at that point. Let the world go to dogs or go to cat, whatever it is. Let it be whatever it is. I am not going to bother about it for the next 6 hours. Why do you do that? Are you not detached? Truly speaking. And in that detachment, are you unhappy? Sukha, that state is called Sukham. The word Sukham is also important. Huh? In Sanskrit, the word Kam means space. Kam means space. And in this room, let us say in this hall, there, let us say some 200 people can comfortably sit, or 300 people. And if there are only 50 people, what is your condition? Especially when you are going to India and then in the flight, in the next 2 seats, nobody is Sukha. Why? You can lie down and enjoy the whole trip. And in this place where 300 people can be, there are 1,000 people. Then what do you do? That is called Dukkham. No space. If you want to experience it, go to the local train in Bombay. You know what is Dukkham. In the same way, in our mind, when the thoughts are not agitated, it is not crowded up, that state is called Sukham. When the mind is crowded with all agitated thoughts, contradictions and so much, everything looks important to me. I don't know where to begin, where not to do, what not to do, what to do. The mind is filled with so many Dukkham. There is no Dukkham. So when the mind is able to release its attachment to so many things and holds on to what is valuable, eternal, immortal, then if you hold on to that, what you will experience is Sukhamatyantikam yattad buddhigrahyam atindriyam veti yatra nacha evayam stitastarati tattvataha. One who has found out that eternal joy is already in me, why should I project that bliss in me into another object and then get that? Adyantikam sukham, meaningless, endless sukham. Buddhigrahyam, buddhya jnanena. By knowledge one comes to recognize that. Atindriyam, not a sense experience. Yatra veti, one who knows that. Nacha eva ayam stita achalati, it doesn't move, not an inch from it. This is the nature of a yogi, one who has discovered the inner Ananda Lahari, and thereafter he does not any way unintelligently project even an iota of joy in any object or a person or an experience. Therefore, Yogarato va, Bhogarato va, Sankarato va, Sangavihina, Yasya Brahmani Ramate Chittam, Nandati Nandati Nandati. Such a person, wherever he is, whatever he does, he just is dancing with joy. And interesting thing is, others are so jealous of him. How can he be so happy? When you are happy, people will be like, why not happy? Because in general, people like others to be unhappy only. When you are unhappy, others are happy. When you are happy, others wonder. He's like that. You know, Astamalaka, he was such a happy boy, laughing and jumping around. His parents were worried. Something wrong with this boy. When Sankaracharya came, I have a question. Why is he so happy? Sankaracharya, you must be happy that he is happy. No, we are worried. Then Bhagavan Sankaracharya goes to him and asks, what is the secret of your joy? And what he said, he started writing down. It is the first time in Sankaracharya's life where his disciples started to give him lecture. And he wrote it down. And then, okay, why are you happy? Let me write it down. So, that is the nature. Sukha leshaha na asti tatra sevaya. In that seva or the worship of the Lords who themselves are limited, On the other hand, Ajanima Amrita Rupam, Ajanim Amrita Rupam, he one who is birthless of the nature of immortality, Sambamisham Bhajante. One who worships that Bhagavan, Sambamisham Bhajante, Sa Ambam Isham. One who is the consort of Amba, Isham Bhajante, Ya Iha Paramasokyam. That one alone receives the highest bliss, Tehi Dhanya. Paramasokyam Labante, they are indeed the most blessed. The blessed are those who worship only that which is birthless, deathless presence. So, where should one place one's bhakti? Not in the chota-mota gods. Go to the one who's meaningless, endless, eternal one. And where is he? Don't say there. It is interesting, all the religions, they always have to. Where exactly is? Everybody is looking up. Actually, that looking up means what? Higher than me. That's what it means, not physically. Bhagavan, whereas though he is hanging down from there in the sky. No, meaning you are higher than me. That's what it symbolically means. You are above me. You are not mortal like me. You are immortal. You are not subject to birth and death like me. You are beyond birth and death. You are not a changing entity. You are changeless. To indicate that religion is symbolically puts that idea of above. So, Ajanim Amrita Rupam Sambamisham Bhajanti Yaha, over it, in this very word itself, Paramasaukyam Tehi Dhanya Labante. Tehi Dhanya, they indeed are the most blessed. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramaya, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kasyid Dukkhamat Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Now the next question is Bhakti a Upasana? Is it an Upasana, or Upasana can be termed as Bhakti? So that we will see.